Hi, and welcome to Almost Every Sonic, the series in which we attempt to play every Sonic game and, ultimately fail because it's a difficult task. It's a task that is insurmountable based on the number of weird, obscure nonsense that there is out there. Japanese arcade games that no longer exist. Service-based games that are no longer present. It's the impossible task that we acknowledge is impossible, but still tackle. I'm your host, as always, GX, aka Chris, aka The Spin Dash, and we are tonight going through our continued quest to defeat the Sonic Frontiers. So, last episode, number one, just to be clear, not my first playthrough of the game. I've already finished a major playthrough. In fact, you can get my full feelings on the game in an hour and a half-ish? Like an hour, 40 minutes, something like 8 o'clock. 8 o'clock Eastern Time. About 2 hours. 2 hours and change. Whenever myself and Knuckles87 and Shiggs will be over doing our Spoilercast podcast, Sonic Talk. It's going to be fun. But today, when last we left off, Sonic was on the first island, and pretty good, doing pretty good, but not doing good enough to get to the boss yet. So we're going to go and do better and be at a boss. And that will be a better time. Better time to be had by all. Darn it, it's doing the thing again. There. It's a Sonic team. So yeah, I like this game. I don't love this game, but I like the game. And we're going to continue. We're going to continue in our slot 2. I'll have to actually remember what I was in the middle of doing, but at least the one thing I know is that it's kind of easy to get back on track of what you were doing in the game, because the game doesn't have particularly complex progression. You're finding things to help you find other things, and that's kind of the beginning and end of it. So, last we left off... I am dressed in stupid, Monster Hunter armor. I don't know, I guess we're in Monster Hunter armor for a little while. No, let's, F, I'm gonna have to go back to the title to get out of my Monster Hunter armor. That's not a great way to manage this, but okay. I'll swap over to some mods and we'll play the entire game as Blaze the Cat. Or Garfield, as is apparently a mod that is currently available and changes the rings into lasagna. Would this game be better as a Garfield game? Would Garfield games be better with this as one of them? These are the important questions that Sega doesn't dare to ask, because the answers will only embarrass them. I need to move my mic so I can actually see UI. Oh, I have no upgrades. I have absolutely no upgrades. Well, let's have no upgrades and fight Tower. Not Hammer! Oh no, wait, this one is Hammer. Oh, one of them was Hammer. Or am I thinking of the Japanese file system? Boop. And boop. Oh, sure, just hop away from me. I do like the mid-air kick of the mid-air strike of a billion kicks. I should probably check on where we are in progression. I have... Wait, am I still in combat? Let me open the map! I'm not in combat anymore! What am I supposed to be in combat with? Sonic's clearly in his combat stance. Fine. Okay, at least I'm out of combat at this point. Okay, I need 7 keys to get this emerald. I have 13 keys. That only means I need 12 more keys, if my math is correct. Let's see. I don't know what this extra thing's gonna get me to do, but sure. Let's go up this different route. Oh, the intro enemies might be a little bit too weak. They kind of do teach you, like, hey, you don't really have to do anything. At least compared to how much of a pain in the butt the later, like, generic grunts are that roam in packs. Also, hey, here's a symbol. It's the zap symbol. It says zap, right? That's what it said in all the... It's all the... It says zap. Right? Right? They'll definitely tell us what this symbol means by the end of the game, right? It was part of the teaser trailer. They certainly have a sense of, like, being able to tell us by the end of the game this important symbol that they've used in all of the marketing. That's something they would do, right? Right? Surely they wouldn't do otherwise. Right? Let's go collect these things that are somehow up here. How did they get up here? I don't know. Why is all of Eggman's crap up here? Maybe he wanted the emerald. I guess, yeah, okay. That makes sense, because he would want to get an emerald that is trapped here. So why not? Can I get emerald? Like emerald. It says I need plus 7 keys. Oh, okay. I need 7 more keys than I currently have. That's a different requirement than I was thinking. Well, where can we go next? It wants me to talk to Amy. If I talk to Amy, I can go hang out near the hermit. Or I can go over here and talk to him. Yeah, let's skydive here. Or wait, do we want to skydive, or should we... we'll take the lower path. that's probably the weirdest thing I'm encountering with this is, it has plenty of settings in the game. But one of the settings that it sort of lacks is shoulder button sensitivity, which is a problem with the 8-bit Do controller. Basically, anything more than 0 sensitivity is a digital yes on. So, I barely have to touch the trigger buttons in order to just initiate it. And unfortunately, it means that a lot of this happens on accident. Okay. So what we got here? Where is my escape? How do I escape the city? Who must I follow to escape the city? They never express that in the song. It's always the unstated narrator that you must follow, that you must trust in order to escape the city. For some reason, the city is very difficult to escape. Presumably, in the San Francisco analog in the Sonic franchise, there are walls built around it. Thus, you cannot escape said city. Hi, Jose Gameplays. I'm doing well. I'm a little bit tired, but I'm doing well. How are you doing? I hope all watching had a pleasant weekend. And if you're not watching, I hope you had a miserable weekend, and it serves you right for not watching. Last we meet, Sonic the Hedgehog. I don't think we met. Just like the Coco, you have touched the digital dream. Unlike most, I know how to listen to it, and hear some of its secrets. To hear it properly, though, I must keep to myself. Call me a hermit if you'd like. It's the path I've chose. Have you found any seeds? Have I found any what? Have I found... Like, what kind... There are ways to take that. I'm not gonna address them. I'm not gonna address the euphemistic aspects of this, but let's continue. You mean those things that robots sometimes drop? Indeed, I will unlock their power and pass it on to you. Hey, let's get a level bump. All at once. Bring me more seeds and I will give you more power in return. Seeds of power will make you strike harder. Seeds of defense will make you sturdier. That's pretty cool, and so you are, Herm. And that's pretty cool, and so you are, Hermit. Oh, it comes from listening to the whispers of the digital dream. Well, you have wells of untapped potential, but I can't reach them. Dang, know anyone who can? Unfortunately, seek out my sibling, the Elder Coco. They can likely unlock your inner strength. Then come back and see me so I can be sure they did it right. I'm tired and return to the dream. Let me rest, child. Right. We have to interact with this guy many times. That seems like a... Do we want to? Do we want to? I'm mildly concerned about... Oh, wait. It's nighttime. It's nighttime, and that means we can complete some math. I remember last time we did this in the infinite wisdom of, you know, only having some map points work at certain times of day is heavy sarcasm that my statement was dripping in. We weren't able to complete it because Sunrose happened as we were trying to get the last one. Let's try that again. I must have missed the homing dealies. Homing dealies! That's the, I believe, the official name for them in the Sonic Encyclopedia. But they are referred to as homing dealies. Okay. I mean, I could F up Eggman's air conditioning. I could ruin his TV reception while I'm here. Suppose I can't. Built too sturdy. Never mind that Sonic can get thrown into a wall like he's Goku fighting Frieza. Let us make a love happen.
Yo, Amy. Who's your friend?
This Coco says they need to find their one true love before it's too late. They've been too shy to express their feelings, but if they don't do it now, they may never get the chance.
You got all that, huh?
I feel like the dimension I'm in is translating for me. It's strange, but feels natural.
Well, you always had a knack for weird insights. Who am I to argue?
Well, don't you worry. We'll reunite you with your lost love.
I would think we've got more pressing issues, but again, who am I to argue?
Yeah. Like, what is considered too late here? Oh, right, we do have, Oh, we also have, upgrade juice. Let's drink the upgrade juice. Do we want Wild Rush or Stop Attack? Which one do I remember being more useful? Honestly, I think this path makes more sense to me. For now. Annual input for Wild Rush. Dodge attack! In battle, it's possible to do that thing that you just did. So let's do that thing that I did. Okay, where's our next task? They want us to talk to Amy again in this general direction. But we can fight whatever this is here. And I'm guessing it's another squid. I could fight a squid. Let's fight a squid. I don't dislike this boss in the abstract. I think the idea is interesting. There are some aspects of it, though, that I really do not appreciate. One of them being... Well, one of them being you kind of have to just hammer on... Well, not hammer on, but the continuously use boost. enough to hit it. Okay, at least with my upgrades, I can kill it in one shot. Well, one round, we'll say. I was watching someone else stream this game earlier last week? No, yeah, technically last week, yeah, sure. And, I found it very frustrating that they felt the need to, after getting hurt at any moment, just continuously, going to refill their rings. Which, I think after having played the game for, like, I did that for a while, where it's like, well, I got hurt. Gotta refill my rings. Isn't that what you do? You just refill your rings after you, and what I eventually landed on with it was, no, I don't have to refill my rings. I could just be at less than full health, because I kind of know anytime I'm getting hit on hard, I'm basically losing all or most of my rings anyway. At least until I really, really up my, defense. Okay, I'm sorta going aimlessly here now that I beat the thing I beat. Where is a good target next? Because we still have... Any that I haven't cleared have just been S-rank time. Which, I can do the S-ranks, I just don't do them on stream. It's gonna be doing it over and over again. I don't need to do it over. I don't need to do it over. Let's try to find some more map spaces. The only thing I absolutely do want to try to accomplish tonight is to beat the boss and finish this segment. I don't know if we'll make it to the next one, but that's at least my aim tonight, is to at least beat the first boss. But we'll keep going until, like, 6:30-ish. 6:30-ish sounds about right. They want me to talk to Amy. I talk to Amy. Yeah, let's talk to Amy. Let's push this game forward. I do enjoy the way the boxes just fall apart in the game. Like, Sonic can just do the single punch, and they just shatter. It's just like every joint in it stops functioning. Oh, wait. I see a map point. Where's our map point? Map point is straight ahead. Map point. Map point. Well, you're not a map point, but you are a, thing that I need. And I have 11 gears. I have plenty of gears to actually do this. Wait, am I map? I need to map up top. I'm too low to map. I should map in an upwards direction. Wait. To the map! And we're going to map here. According to the map, we need to map in this direction. Vertically. Quick, vertically map. This is probably just a test of, hey, can you use the wall run? Which is funny because they have similar tutorials on how to use the wall run in the second world. Okay. Any other actual map spots I have uncovered? Because I've got all these. Got all these. I haven't gotten this guy yet. So maybe afterwards we'll go after this one in the lower sector.
Sonic, over here! This poor mother says she's lost her children. Can you lead them back here, please?
Sure thing.
Sitting here trying to figure out, like... It must be very pliant stone for them to make expressions. Also, they are dropping bombs on me, for context. Why are they dropping bombs? Who knows? They don't want to be hurted, and will injure me for doing this action. Oh, crap. Good! All the stone children have hopped inside Amy, and given me an emerald as a result. Perfect. I would buy Gunpla of a Coco, though. That is something I would absolutely do. Especially if they could, like, put a bell or something inside of it that could somehow replicate the noise they make when they move. Bet I could 3D print one. I'm certain that the internet has, Oh, right! This part.
Okay. We'll keep looking. Sonic, they act like none of that happened.
Do we even know what that was?
No, but I got a sense of completion, comfort.
Weird. Now let's keep moving. I want to wrap up our time here ASAP.
Sounds good to me.
Yeah, there's a weird dark edge to everything that is happening here. That, yeah. Yeah. I encountered that the first time whenever I played it initially, and it was very off-putting. Because they've been, so, here's the thing. They've been approaching the Coco as, like, okay, cool, we have the cute mascot-like character. Why aren't you targeting? And here are the cute mascot-like characters who are, like, populated and have to collect throughout this game. And the part that they didn't go into is, yeah, also, when you fulfill their worldly needs, they just frickin' die. They just die and go to cyber heaven or something. Whatever, they go to wherever that symbol was in the sky and is no longer there. Not part of the press materials, is what I'm saying. Darn it. Darn it. Fine. Where else can I go? I have done that one. I have not gone here, so let's go ahead and do this. Do I have... I don't have that attack yet. Problem is, having started a new, game of this, I'm getting a little bit unfamiliar with, like, oh, wait, I don't have full stats, and I don't have, all of my abilities unlocked. I have a subset of them. It's kind of... It's weird, because I absolutely love open world games. But the progression in this one, I guess, number one, makes it feel slightly more replayable than others. But also, I like it significantly less. Okay. Well, first run is Red Ring, if it can be helped. And I'm not going to worry too much about S rank. Because I'm not that kind of person. Well, I am that kind of person. But I'm not going to do it on stream. Wait, nope, I'm dead. Let's try that again. I tried to do a turnaround. So I could, oh, wait, Sonic. There we go. That's how we manipulate this. Oh, hey, how did I miss the first one? There's a couple things that I like about this structure. Oh, wait. I forgot. This is Green Hill. You can do that. I mean, specifically, Sonic Generations Green Hill. Nope, everything there went bad. What I do like, though, is that I don't have to jump to homing attack. I can just homing attack directly. Which is nice. At least in the, cyberspace stages. I think if it locks you outside of combat, then you can homing attack outside of, then you can homing attack without jumping. D? Oh, fine. Fair enough. Hey, I cleared with 20 rings. I reached the goal. We'll try again. Try again and at least get that last ring. If we're lucky... Also... Oh, there it is. Honestly, it's probably faster just to not engage with combat. I kind of came to... Realization is a strong word, but a feeling about why I am sort of okay with the way that the boost works here versus how the boost works in other modern Sonic games. Because I've turned against the boost concept in that it feels like you're kind of just blowing past level design rather than engaging with it. And aside from the fact that you're not invincible in this version of it, I think the other aspect I like about it, I would almost say the boost in Sonic Frontiers feels a bit more like the run button in Sonic Lost World. Like, the way that it had the dichotomy of you're either running or not running, and then one of them gives you a little bit more slow nuance to the moves, and one of them doesn't. In this case, like, you can't... It's really difficult to just walk around without boosting in this game because of how big the environments are. Oh, cool. Got enough to get the... Wait. The Emerald said it wanted 7 more. I only got 4. What are you talking about, game? What are you talking about? Sure. But yeah, you wouldn't want to play most of the game like this, at this pace and speed. It would take forever to get anywhere. But, you know, holding the shoulder button to initiate a boost works well. Oh, if only the Switch... If only the Switch had analog triggers, like the other consoles. And if they could, like, implement different degrees of boost based on how fast you're actually running. Got that. Where are we at here? What are we doing? We're going here. And just sort of adjust your speed as if you were a car. I would play as Car Sonic. Would you play as Car Sonic? Would you in chat car some Sonic? Would you drive Sonic like a car in a Sonic game? As if it was like Sonic R. How would you feel about that as a platformer? Low turning radius. Not like this. With our high turning radius. Look at how high this turning radius is. At the speed he's going, he'd break his legs sideways. Ooh, wait. Okay. Okay. Let's get this guy. Ha ha ha, sucker. Take that, wheel, Kirby. Oh, right. I had a waypoint set. Where is my waypoint? Is it here? M10-8. Where am you having me go? I could loop around this, but that's not it. The only unfortunate thing is, if you counter it and it blows itself up, I don't think you get any bonuses. do like that trick system. Trick system in this game I'm pretty okay with. Okay, so the map part is here. There should be a challenge range that I'm certain I've done it, because I've completed all of the map parts. Is it up here? It is up there. Let's see. Well, we might as well go to the Elder. Hey, Elder. Hello there, quick fella, aren't you? Name's Sonic, and that says it all. Doesn't seem like the rest of you little masked guys. We are called Coco. We've endured since ancient time. My name has been lost to time, so please simply call me Elder Coco. My job to look after all the little ones, but over time I've lost track of so many. Sonic, may I ask you to return my charges to me? Sure thing, Gramps. If I see any while I'm helping my friends, I'll bring them back to you. Ah, true hero. I will happily reward your efforts. Let me see. I can do two things for you. Quote, increase your speed, end quote, or, quote, raise your maximum capacity of rings, end quote. Is he, like, language-wise, what do the quotes accomplish? Like, is it purely because of the abstract nature of Sonic increasing his stats in this manner? I'm going to increase your speed. What do you mean? Like, I understand the concept of increasing my speed. You make me go faster, right? Right, but I'm going to increase it. When you put it like that, I don't know if I really want to do whatever you want or offering. Can't you just say it normal? I'm just gonna go with speed for now. Next time I do this, I guess I'll use some ring capacity. There's not a lot of... I guess the issue I have is, like, there's not a lot of, barriers in the game or benefits by having a faster speed. Except maybe, like, some of the races or some of the, speed challenge... like, running challenges whenever Sonic goes in the hamster wheel. Like, outside of those, it's not as if there's a lot of important enough opportunities like, oh, you need to be this fast in order to do something. Let's see, is this going to take me to a thing that I can do the map with? Hope so. I'd like to do a map. The game will not let me do a map. How do I accomplish map? I'm not going to accomplish map up here, as it seems. Have I... Okay, I haven't done this one. Yeah, Silver Daniel, you're... It is pretty odd, especially with the, weird frame pacing issues at 30 FPS. I've been, there's been a lot of... Well, I guess we'll do this. We'll do a cutscene first, and then I'll get into it.
You again?
Submit. Your reckless actions endanger the world.
Care to explain how saving my friends is a bad thing?
You are an enemy combatant. I will not share data with you.
What is wrong with you? Sonic would
There's-
never endanger anyone. He's even going to help this Coco reunite with their one true love.
Love,
And that's not...
an emotional status
That's not a convincing
too vague
argument.
and varied in its definition. You are both too ignorant to be helped.
Who, what was that girl?
Aside from being a pain, no clue.
But yeah, it's... I'm playing on PC here, so... With the graphics card... Oh, darn it. With the graphics card that I, have for it, I've been pretty fortunate with my overall experience, but I'm also someone who isn't really sensitive to this stuff. Like, I'm at the point right now where, for the longest time, I really couldn't tell you whether something was 30 frames or 60 frames. I am improving at that. So, by and large, it's not a deal breaker for me. Oh, good, here we are. But the frame pacing stuff on it as an issue seems really, really weird for the 30 FPS mode. I was very close on many occasions to actually getting a
These
series.
look like homes? I wonder who used to live
How
here.
far can I... Oh, I wanted it to stay in the cutscene and see how far I could escape from the cutscene. I was on many occasions tempted just to get a Series S myself. Just because... Well, it's available, and it's affordable, and I maintain Game Pass, which is useful for it. Sorry, Amy. But every time I tried to make the decision, it always came down to, well, I can't use discs, which isn't a huge deal breaker, but it does mean, like, it does sort of limit my backwards compatibility ability without, you know, investing in digital versions. And then it's like, I just don't wanna... have to buy a console and then feel like I'm gonna have to buy another console later. Which basically has become, well, what if I just learn to appreciate doing things on PC more and be okay with that? Ah, darn it. Like I said, hair trigger boost button in this game. Wow, the PS5, Switch, and PC versions? Jeez, that's quite a lot. I had gotten the Switch version of a number of Sonic games, from Forces to, well, I guess like, what, Forces Mania Origins and Team Sonic Racing. And those were all pretty alright, and I felt pretty satisfied about that. As soon as we saw the first video in a Nintendo Direct of what the Switch version was going to look like, I kind of made the determination of, like, I don't think it's reasonable for me to get this version. I have too many other options. Oh, Sylvia Daniel, you can already check out some of the existing mods. I know Edge Mod Manager already has an upgrade to account for Sonic Frontiers, and over in Game Banana, people have already started to change things up. The only thing that I am missing for my purposes is, you can effectively kill most of the UI for the open zone aspects. But you can't do, you can't remove the mod for the cyberspace levels quite yet. Or, mod. You can't move the HUD. Number one thing I would love to know, if it's reasonably possible, is if on PC there could be a mod to increase the draw distance. I would very much like a much more reasonable draw distance for this game, and I'm pretty sure my computer can handle it. Darn it. Darn it. Fine, go up this way again. Level mods. Yeah, I can see level mods being fun. I guess the issue I would have is it would probably be... I'm trying to think of, like, what would be the limitations to prevent you from just importing whatever. And number one limitation is generally going to be something like file structure. Like, I know people have put, I've seen a lot more in the way of level mods for generations than, something like Forces, so... Generally speaking, it might be a bad way to look at it, but it's... it being the only data I have, without having to actually learn how to unpack code in the way that it is currently packed in games like this, I'm assuming that something like Generations has kind of is either innately easier or has been made easier to mod than something like Sonic Forces levels. I could be wrong. I will admit that I don't really know, but that's just the kind of sense I get. I'm trying to think of, like, obviously original levels are always great, and that kind of stuff I'd love. Oh, okay, okay, if that is true, Silver Daniel, then yeah, that probably could not be resolved if it's baked into the nature of the engine. Which is odd, I will say, because it's an in-house engine. I imagine that it would probably be, it would be different than saying, well, this is a limitation of Unreal 4, and we decided to build it on Unreal 4. But I guess also if it's like, well, it's outside the scope of our project in order to make reasonable modifications to Hedgehog Engine 2 to do this. But yeah, I imagine they're doing things with this engine that it wasn't especially designed for. So I guess it's forgivable-ish, but at the same time, I also kind of wonder, like, at some level, if you see this as the... At some level, if you see this as the future of the franchise, or as a possible future of the franchise, do you either, like... Do you make a whole new engine for it? Although I guess Hedgehog Engine in general isn't always, like, the gameplay engine, per se. But it is an engine that controls certain gameplay aspects.
Something wrong?
They say their Amore was stationed on the far side of the field. This is the field.
I'm not seeing a lot of farming going on.
Maybe, if you use that new technique of yours, you can clean up all this wild brush.
That was a weird way to end that... That was a weird tone to end that sentence on. That brush? Let's use this idle. When I think of Frontiers, I think Frontiers is okay. Actually, wait. I can target this? Why can I target that? I think it's okay. I think the issue I'm running into with it is... I know they made up... I know the director made up their own weird word of, like... We're not calling this open world. No, it's open zone. But at the same time... Like... They're very clearly drawing from Breath of the Wild. And... It can't live up to that. It can't live up to, Pokemon Legends Arceus, which was a game I absolutely adored this year. It can't live up to Xenoblade Chronicles 3, which is another open-ish world that I absolutely adored this year. It's not bad, but it just doesn't feel... Oh, I have to hit next. When I go into an open world game, a lot of what I love about the experience and expect about the experience is when the game offers me a lot of...
So, all this used to be farmland, huh?
Cutscene.
Yes.
A lot of...
They make it sound like it was abundant. But now...
I mean, it's grassy.
Yup. But I've seen this kind of recovery in areas Dr. Eggman damaged. Something ruined this land, and it's barely begun to recover.
Then we need to make sure it has plenty of time to heal.
Right.
Knowing what I know...
Keep tabs on the Hedgehog. I want constant updates.
Yes, sir.
And keep looking for a way to get me out of here!
I am evaluating all safe options.
Keep up the good work, Sage.
Thank you, Doctor. I am extending the range of my control, but I can still only command a few of the Ancient's relics at a time.
Commendable.
Cutscene.
But what about finding me a way out of this digital dimension?
I have run 1,700,050 simulations. There is no scenario to safely remove you from cyberspace.
Unacceptable. Keep looking. Make it your #1 priority.
But keeping you safe is my priority.
Okay. Back to being able to talk about it. I think whenever I come to, like, an open world style game, one of the things that I really enjoy about it is being able to tug at threads, chase different goals, get different stories that you kind of need to put extra effort in order to see through. Missions and different ways to basically just really get you acquainted with the layout of the land and make the world itself feel a bit more alive and like a character. Sonic Frontiers doesn't have that. It's I guess the way I would put it is, Sonic Frontiers is not a game where exploration will yield surprises. It's a game where exploration will yield one of the 5 collectibles that you know that you need to collect anyway. And it might be unexpected in a place that you weren't, or it might be in a place that you weren't expecting, but generally speaking, you're just gonna find, okay, you're either gonna get a seed, or a key, or a gear, or something, or like a dialogue point. And that's kind of it. It's very limited in its scope, and it kind of... I guess let's go see it. It kind of ensures that this is a game that I absolutely love. Open world experiences, they do things to my brain that make me want to not stop playing, to the detriment of often to the detriment of my life. I think I was able to catch every Pokemon in Pokemon Legends Arceus in the span of 1 week from release, and I probably shouldn't have. That was probably a bad way to live, but I thoroughly loved the experience, and I did not want to stop playing it. Sonic Frontiers didn't do that for me. It's like absolutely... It's like it's a perfectly cromulent game. But it's not... It doesn't feel like it's doing something special. It feels conceptually interesting, but it doesn't feel special or bespoke in its design. Feels like you do a thing because you have to do a thing because that's the progression of the game.
Don't get too far ahead.
Maybe we should just let them wrap it up on their own.
We have to see this through.
We still haven't found Tails. We've been wrangling children and taking detours the whole way.
Are you telling me you would leave behind someone in need?
No, but I'm also worried about you. You can't help anyone if you're stuck in limbo.
All right. Then hurry up and save me too, so we can find Tails.
Sounds simple enough.
Okay, where did we leave off at? Got there. We need to continue talking to... I mean, I guess if you really want to break down how I feel about this game, I have all these icons on the map, and I can go ahead and I can continue to do all these icons. I already sort of know everything that's going to be involved in these icons. I can sort of, I guess, talk to Sage over here as a choice. Maybe get this thing. But by and large, my progression is just going to be, okay, go talk to Amy again. You have enough tokens to talk to Amy? Well, then you should get more tokens to talk to Amy. It's just really... The structure of, like, getting items to get more items. In a stream I was watching, they sort of compared it to, like... In bad horror game design, bad horror games are obsessed with keys. where you'll often get like a key to unlock a door, and usually the reward for that is another key for yet a different door. And it kind of speaks to like, okay, there's not really a sense of level design here, or experience design. It's just, you need to keep the player in an area and give them an activity. And that's often kind of what I feel here, is like, I have tasks, but they don't feel like I'm moving towards something. They just feel like, well, I have to collect all the things. And if I collect all the things in one place, then I can go over to a different place. Yeah, if you really break down the nature of games, sometimes the nature of games is collect all the things. But normally you'd have at least a bit stronger of an artifice to mask that.
It's too dangerous. They were reunited, right before the end.
They're together now.
So
take
you
a
see
minute.
this
keep
mostly
moving.
in the second part. The ancients that they show, and I don't know, maybe that's a spoiler that I just said, but
Cool giant mirror web thing.
Sonic, you've been on it! Oh, it does bother me that they haven't properly figured out, like, where to map the dialogue sections for that, so that you could approach it from any angle and be able to experience that. But instead, no, it's... Came at it with the expectation, like, no, the player will naturally go to this part first. Oh. Did I do the thing? I have to do this first. Oh, right, I have to draw it! Of course I have to draw. Did I screw up? No, I can still dismount here. Okay. Draw me a rail between these 2 points. There's not much puzzle to... Like, there's a good puzzle that could happen based on this structure, and it would be an interesting puzzle. But there's not. There's not going to be a more interesting puzzle in the game to kind of unite these ideas. What if I turn this one off? Can I turn it? No, I can't turn it off. But there really isn't a puzzle that's associated with this. You just do the things. It's... okay. If you want to break down my biggest criticism of this game, everything in this game is designed to really propel you forward in very specific directions. And yes, if you really try, you can circumvent that. It won't aid.
How are you able to return from cyberspace so freely?
I don't know. I guess I'm just that awesome. Yeah. Although, I bet you'd have better insight on that.
I will not share data with the enemy. Besides, your survival may be a fluke. You cannot cheat fate forever.
Wow, thanks for the encouragement. Now, I'll keep doing it until I figure out how to rescue Amy. Yeah, it doesn't matter if this is all one big trap or if you keep throwing weird robots at me. Nothing's gonna slow me down or stop me. Count on it.
Good, I'm glad you like it, Silver Daniel. It's, like I said, it's not... I have a lot of issues with it. But... that said, like... I kind of... Oh, darn it. Hair trigger boost! Hair trigger boost killed me! I should respawn up there, hopefully. As much as I'm not a huge fan of what this game is, I also kind of have to acknowledge that I am happier with this game being as it is than with them attempting to once again try to make the Generations format work in the way that they tried to with Frontier or Forces. I kind of feel like that structure. I like that structure. Some of my favorite Sonic games are of that structure. But I also feel like that structure is sort of... it's a bit tired, and I think it's about time that it might need to be reconsidered. Oh wait, I have to go down here. Like for me, look, I'm in my mid-30s. I'm a Genesis boy, and my favorite Sonic game is always going to be Sonic Mania. And I'm just going to have a specific adoration of the 2D, specifically the 16-bit style of 2D design, more so than what Frontiers has. Cool. I just want something that feels a bit more open and crafted and doesn't necessarily feel like I just go to a place and do a thing because that's what you do in this game. You go to a place and you do a thing. I want a place that feels a bit more rewarding for exploration, because exploration is what I go to this style of game design for. And it kind of comes down... I'm trying to think of the best example I could think of, and there is nothing in Sonic Frontiers that compares to the moment in Breath of the Wild where you encounter the one challenge island that takes everything away from you and just sort of puts you in position to try to make sure that you fully understand the mechanics and could rebuild things from zero again. Because the game doesn't really give you much additional. It's not like you're really accruing things, and you're collecting things, but you're not building to something in the game. It doesn't, aside from, like, the stats being bigger, which the stats are really incremental, and it's kind of hard to really appreciate Power 0 versus Power 99. Oh yeah, the game looks good. Art direction, I'm a little iffy on,
Hey,
but visually
Still
speaking,
thinking
yeah,
about the Coco?
looks great.
Yeah. And more. I'm not sure what happened, but I know what I saw. A love that transcended time. I believe in that power. When this is over, I want to share that love with the world, even though it may take us far apart.
I know you'll do great. I want to hear all about it when you come back.
There is something that this game does well,
What's
and
up,
it's
Amy?
giving the,
Look. Wasn't this region locked off before? I think you can interact with it now. I think you can rotate some of them.
Maybe they'll act like the other puzzle locks and show me the way to that Titan.
It's worth a shot.
All right, what's the right way to do this? Looks like there's a pattern on the ground.
oh, for me, Sylvia Daniel, it's not necessarily Sonic in the realistic environments that bugs me so much. It's more that I don't think it doesn't. This isn't a space that feels very distinct to me. Like, yeah, this looks like a nice field, and it's kind of interesting to run around in it, but it doesn't really have a sense of place. I don't feel like it has a sense of identity in the same way that even something like a Station Square from the original Sonic Adventure feels like it has a sense of place and identity. And I mean, it's a little easier for that because it's populated. But here, yeah, it's like Sonic Adventure 2. I would say in some ways it goes for a realistic environment, like if you really go over and look at the textures of it. But it's bright and vibrant, and you can sort of get a real sense of each location. It can look realistic, but it can also be strange and interesting and iconic in a lot of ways. And oh geez, I remember this puzzle. Okay. I know I can do this because I've done this puzzle 2 other times. Let's see. So let's go ahead. I'm gonna start rotating this here. And then that one controls that, so that's a problem. And this one needs to go. Wait, actually, by this one backwards. I think that's enough. And put this one 9 degrees forwards. And then, oh wait. Okay. How aligned are these? Close. I'm close. Let's see, okay. What if I swap between this one backwards, swap these two, and then this one forwards. Still need to turn it 90 more degrees. also this top one's not... The top one needs an extra 45 degrees on it. Am I gonna accomplish that without ruining that bottom one? Do this. I don't think I can get that one an extra 45 degrees without adjusting. There. That one needs to go backwards 90 degrees. And I'm still in a situation where these ones are desynchronized. How can I... Okay, what if I adjust this one 45, and then adjust it back here? Okay, so at least at this point I know the things that need angle, everything's on its proper 45-degree rotation. I don't need to worry about that. I can just focus on getting things aligned in 90 degrees. And that might be it. Actually, wait. Oh yeah, that's just it. That's just it. That's the solution. Even if I think of inside Sega itself, the locations in the Yakuza or Like a Dragon series feel very defined, like very defined spaces. They're not huge spaces, but they're very dense with stuff.
This is it, the big showdown.
It'll be a short match if I can't find the last Chaos Emerald, though.
I searched everywhere I could. I'm out of ideas.
So where is it? Maybe I'll find it along the way.
Maybe if RGG Studio wasn't working on 40 games, it would be great for them to be able to contribute to whatever the next thing Sonic Team will work on will be. I would love that. I would love to get their sensibilities in a Sonic game. But unfortunately, I feel like they probably have their hands full. Oh, right. Need basketball. I must basketball to victory. We've got 15 minutes left. I think that's probably gonna be enough time to actually fight the boss. We're not gonna... This isn't gonna be like a 100% playthrough. I kinda laid that out from the beginning. So let's go ahead and actually just fight the boss, and then get to the next item, and then continue on with the game. I think I have the phrasing. Oh. So Sonic's boost is just a thing that he can do in cutscenes too, specifically in the air. Does it make sense? No! Does that matter? Absolutely not. Okay, Giganto. Okay, people. Are you ready for the screamo? It's time for some music. Wait, where's the... What just happened there? There have been multiple times in which I initiated the boss fight without actually thinking, oh wait, Supersonic consumes rings. I should refill my rings, and just wind up failing out of it because I... Supersonic doesn't take damage, but rings will be lost as the battle goes on. Actually, can I... Oh, hey, I can do skill upgrades during this. Do I save up for homing shot? Or do I use stomp attack? What do I have? I have my sonic boom. I have my phantom rush. Honestly, I mostly just use The music is so stupid! The musical choice is so stupid here. It's beautiful and I love it. Oh, it's so ridiculous. Here's the thing. My understanding is Otani's the sound director, and it doesn't necessarily mean he's composed every piece. But it does mean that I believe he would have gotten to choose a lot of the musical decisions being performed. And if he actually chose this style of music for it, it is kind of hilarious. Okay, camera. I should be using more, Number one, I should be trying to counter more, which I think is what I'm doing wrong. Camera! Come on! Pick the worst possible location to have me get back into battle there. Darn it. Okay, there we go. Let's use 1,000 after-images. Oh, we are full anime here. We are all of the anime. Once we finish this up, then we'll go ahead and save and quit for the evening. Button tapping, by the way. To perform an action like this. Game developers, That is not accessibility compatible. Didn't I? But I pressed the button. Press the button to do it. Developers, this is not fun and it is not accessible. Never use this. Never use this action behavior. Oh, you take a big chunk of health there. First island complete.
The first seal is broken. Thy next foe awaits on the sand.
Die. Thy
Right.
next
You
foe.
said titans earlier, plural.
Darn it.
I guess this isn't over until I bop all the big bots. Sorry, Amy.
Amy might not have to walk
I'm
like
feeling
that
more
if she
like my
didn't
old
have
self. It's working.
massive
Keep going.
wristbands.
Don't keep me waiting.
I'll be back before you can do a fortune card reading. See ya!
Establish all of the characterizations that we only talk about in instruction manual. But yeah, I'm sort of down. I'm down specifically on Chronos Island. I don't think it's a particularly good opening to the game in terms of actual design. I think once you get to the other islands and you sort of have to manage the environment a bit better, I think that puts it in a more interesting place. It still doesn't change a lot of the other criticisms I have of it, but I'm a bit more okay with the overall map design
Oh, that's cool.
in
I
these
didn't want
later
this to
ones.
be easy anyway.
And with that, I think I'm going to go ahead and drop a save. Call it for the evening. No, my mouse can't escape the thing. I must tab out. Alright, thank you once again for watching. Certainly appreciate it. As always, every Sunday is Almost Every Sonic, in which we continue to attempt to play a Sonic game. We will continue with Sonic Frontiers next week. At my current rate, I'm assuming that we will finish this game in about 8 sessions, so we're 1/4 the way through it, I guess? It might be like 9 sessions, might be like 9 weeks, something like that. At 2 hours a week. 30... according to math, I'm thinking, according to math, if I go by what my other save was, that would be 30 hours or 15 sessions. I am hoping it will be less than that now that I have half an idea of what to expect from the game, and I can get that amount down, especially if I am not, going after everything. So strap in. This is going to be the long one. Beyond that, we do have other shows on the site, on the channel. On Fridays, we have almost every Sonic. On Fridays, we have Sega Sonic Radio, in which we play great Sonic music that you can make requests for over on our Discord or on our Twitter, assuming Twitter lives through the week. And coming up in half an hour, we have our monthly Sonic Talk podcast, where we cover Sonic news, and we will actually be discussing Sonic Frontiers between myself, writer for the site Knuckles87, and writer for the site Shigs. And we'll go talk about our impressions, as well as some big news that happened. There's some big news that happened the last couple days. I don't know if you saw what the big news was, but big news did in fact happen. We're going to discuss it. So with that, we are up, over, and gone. Peace out, everyone. I'll see you in half an hour.